Today I decided to do something different. I wanted to improve the textures of my game and I ran into this. This is what it looks like what the first version of Factorio looked like. You can see like the game is pretty ugly. We have the inserters. Not sure what this is. But we have like the furnaces, the assemblers, and like the conveyors. You can see it looks very different from what it looks now. But like our game starts somewhere. And I was also trying to improve the textures for my game. And I was trying to understand like how do I create that effect that Factorio has. And I started using some 3D to try to get that. So I want the game to look 3D, but it is only 2D. So somehow I need to get like these 3D objects and map them into something that is 2D. So I started using this app I found online. This is what I want my conveyor to look like. It's like this, and then we have like this arm, and it would move up and down. Like it would grab the item from the conveyor, and then it would place in the machine. This is like my idea for the conveyor. Still working on it. But it was very hard to get the right orientation, so I gave up on this and then I started working on Blender. But Blender is very complicated. There's still a lot of things I need to learn. So right now I'm just trying to learn a bit of Blender and see what I get. I was asking ChatGPT about the way Factory works, and I think it uses like a orthogonal camera, and the rotation is like 30. So it should be something like this. Not I need to check, but it should be something like this. And then I need to do the image in Blender, and then I just export the image. I think I just go here, I go render, and then I can like export this image and use this as a texture. So here I was working on reaching the next milestone. I had to add 15 more housings, level 3, and then I started running out of everything. First I ran out of vegetables, then of canned food. So I was fixing that, then I was also running out of beer because of the new bars. And then I ran out of everything because I ran out of maintenance on my roads. So I improved my setup to have 3 smelters and 2 crafters. After that was fixed, I had to add a lot of factories. First I started by producing more salt. Then I increased my beer production a bit. Then I also increased my bread production, my water production. I had to increase the can production. I added a lot of miners. I also increased the canned goods production. Then I increased my books production. I also had to increase the sand production, the glass production. And then I started running out of modules. And that was like an issue. I had to add another module factory. Okay, after that I realized that the crafting for improved circuits was too messy, so I decided to do a whole new part dedicated for that, and that allows for expansion. After that, I started producing more modules, so I was starting to get positive, net positive. You can see on the left side that I was still running out of resources. So, and that was mostly because I was out of modules. I realized that I was also out of water in my dough mixers. I was out of feed in the cattle farm. Yeah, I was also out of paper because I was out of logos. Then I also added a few more bookbinding workshops, and everything became positive again. Yeah, I now need to change my population to 20 to 4800, and this is when I unlock a productivity module 2. I need to build that. That way you can expand your city to 4800 just by adding the new modules. You don't need to build any factory. But the new module is going to be harder to make. I'm not sure how yet because I don't have a new resource. I just have like oil and steel. I needed to think about some other resource, and that's what I'll be using for the level 2 modules. I made a lot of changes to the game. So the most noticeable one was the flickering texture flickering bug. Now you can see that when I move around, the texture does not flicker anymore. I will attach a video of what it was like before. Then I also created a new item called Improve the Feed. It's an improvement to the existing feed, and you just need to add wheat again. So if you get the feed and then you add the wheat, you have improved the feed. And this feed I think has a 50% of chance of getting you double the output. So this is how you get more output in your farms, given you can't add modules. And modules only increase the consumption like linearly. It's like 10-15%. So you don't need this to be like 200%, 100%. And I'm not sure if this recipe is great, but for now it works. I also made the productivity model 2. It just takes 2 level 1s for now because I haven't thought about it yet. But I need to upgrade my factory to use these ones to reach this milestone. I need to double the amount of resources, and I will need this module for that. I also made the advanced wire, advanced circuit, and advanced frame. They require new resource. It's carbon fiber, and that's just steel and plastic. And then you can like craft the next tier of resources the same way you can craft these ones. And I will use this like for the next level housing. And I also implemented the theater. It is like the bar. It has a bigger range, and it also serves like 14 houses instead of 5 like the bar has. And you can see like it consumes books and clothing. The bar consumes just beer, so you can decide what you wanna use. And I still need to improve this entertainment part of the game. I find it pretty boring right now. I'm not sure if it's balanced. I'm not sure how well it's working. And also this radios thing is not very good. Okay, so here I had just built the toy factory. That's the last resource for this for tier 3 housing. I was adding 2 toy factories above my existing factories. Then I started working on planks. After I had the planks, I realized that the plastic was too far away, so I just decided to move the factories closer to where plastic production is. So this is like a part of my factory that's not near the other ones. So planks is very easy. Then you need to add plastic. Now I'm making batteries. I still need to find a better recipe for batteries. For now it's just a copper and iron. I'll make that a bit harder later. Now I'm increasing my plastic production. I'm now also adding modules to my new factories. And then lastly, I found some new oil deposits and increased my crude oil production. And that's it for this devlog. I hope you enjoyed it and see you next time.